Hello guys, greetings from France, from Three Valleys. Finally, it is not freezing and I can film a video for you. To be honest, just yesterday it was like 10 degrees below zero, today is +3. So I hope the sound will be good and I hope you like the view. Today I want to talk to you why unfortunately some gentlemen do not succeed in their search for love in Ukraine. I know that I have filmed several videos about similar topics, but still during every, I think, third or second interview, gentlemen ask me if I believe they have high chances to find their love in Ukraine. To be honest, I can right now share with you 3 reasons why unfortunately some of our clients and some foreign gentlemen do not succeed in finding the one, not only in Ukraine but in their country as well. Like always, the first reason why unfortunately so many gentlemen are still single is the fact that they have unrealistic expectations regarding love, regarding their best half, and also they don't understand who they are, what type of ladies will find them attractive. The second reason why unfortunately so many gentlemen do not find the one while dating in Ukraine or in their country is, I would say, a cousin of the first reason. They do not have enough dating experience, in a sense that they haven't been dating for, let's say, 5, 10 years, 15 years, or like ever. And they expect that they will travel to Ukraine and out of a sudden the first or the second lady they will meet will fall madly in love with him and he will have to do like nothing to win her over. And the third reason why unfortunately so many gentlemen are still single and they do not succeed even after they have hired a matchmaker, well, unfortunately some people are just naturally not nice. What do I mean? I'm sure you have met such people who are rude to everyone. They are rude to waiters, they feel entitled and they feel that the whole world owns to them. I have shared a story with you already about a gentleman who was very nasty to Katerina and to myself, because in the restaurant that we have booked for him and his date, they ran out of rabbit. It is funny because another nasty case that we unfortunately recently had, the gentleman during our first consultation with him, he said that he has watched this video about the rabbit and he has found it ridiculous. And what this man did right after our second consultation with him, he has accused me on being late for 3 minutes. Well, nobody likes to wait, and being late for an appointed consultation is not a nice thing, and I will be honest with you, I hate being late. But sometimes life happens, and sometimes I'm conducting an interview with a gentleman or with a lady and it takes longer than it is planned, because usually we plan like 40 minutes for the interview and then 20 minutes in between, so that if the interview runs longer, I won't be late for the next meeting. But sometimes people get very emotional when they share their life stories or their experience in dating, and I just can't hang up on a gentleman who is crying or who is talking about his divorce, or a lady who sits in front of me on the sofa. I just can't tell her that you should stop crying right now and just leave because I have the next appointment. It doesn't happen like that. Anyway, I was 3 minutes late and we have conducted the whole interview, and then like literally the hell has started. He has written me like a nasty long email in which he has tried to teach me how to do my business, because like being 3 minutes late is not appropriate, and I totally get it. It's inappropriate to be late, but to invest like at least 20 or 30 minutes to write that email and to try to put me down by telling that I'm not professional and I have been 3 minutes late and I have to get rid of all other clients and concentrate only on him. And the next day again, lots of messages that you have been 3 minutes late and you are not professional. And then your friend Katerina has written me an email. Guys, we do business at Diolli.com. Clients hire us to provide them with the service. We are not here to make friends. We are not here to build this club for friends so that we can hang out with people who have paid us. It's not like that. When clients hire us, we have a fixed agreement in which it is written how many hours of consultations we will have with each client, and how many dates we will provide, the requests regarding the matches, what else we will do. Just because the client has hired us doesn't mean that he can call us at 11 p.m. or at 7 a.m. and demand to just talk to us. I understand that with the lockdown the situation got worse because so many gentlemen who are working remotely and who do not have families, and for example he's in his 40s or in his 50s or in his 60s, he lives alone, and now while working remotely he doesn't even have a chance to talk to his colleagues. He is lonely, and he thinks that, okay, I have hired a matchmaker, now I will call them like every hour or every day just to talk about myself and how my life is going on. It doesn't work like that. Of course, we can be friends with clients after we are done with the matchmaking process. And I can honestly tell you that in the majority of cases, after we have introduced a gentleman to a lady with whom he gets engaged and later on he gets married, usually we are in touch. And for example, every time I travel to New York, to Chicago, or to London, UK, I am meeting some of our ex-clients who are happily married and their wives, and it is a wonderful tradition, and I feel always excited to meet our clients. But I will be honest with you, they are not the type of people who try to call you every day and demand that you talk to them. When you hire a matchmaker, you do not hire free ears, and you do not hire a slave, or you do not hire a team of slaves who will be listening to you just because you feel like talking at this exact moment. Yes, I understand that being 3 minutes late is a bad thing, and I hate being late. I know it is upsetting when you want to eat rabbit in the restaurant and they went out of it. It can be upsetting. Yes, it can be frustrated if we have approved a match with you, and within these 4 weeks, while you look for tickets and we are approving next matches with you, one of the approved ladies has met someone on her own. It can be frustrating, but again, a lot depends on your attitude. I can honestly tell you, when we conduct interviews with the ladies, and sometimes it happens that the lady she arrives to our office like 15 minutes later or 15 minutes before the appointed interview, and we watch how she is reacting to this situation. Is she nasty about the fact that we are kindly asking her to wait like for 5 or 10 minutes? Or is she nasty about the fact that she has to wait at all? Some people are just entitled and they get easily upset about many things. When people ask us why unfortunately some gentlemen do not succeed, the number one reason, I always place unrealistic expectations, because every matchmaker can tell you that you are working very hard to get him matches, and you are working really hard to convince these matchers to go out with him because he wants to date much younger, or because he wants to date someone who is way more attractive than he is. And then he still feels that the matches are not beautiful enough for him. That's quite shallow and not very smart to choose a potential partner just by the looks, but many gentlemen do it, and they get upset when, for example, this beautiful lady in front of him, whom he finds like hot enough or good enough for him, doesn't choose him back. Well, you have chosen her by a pretty picture, and it was not very smart to begin with to base your search only on pretty pictures. So unrealistic expectations that she will choose you back just because you find her attractive, is the number one reason people stay single. The number two reason, like I have already mentioned, is the lack of dating experience. And of course, if you have hired a matchmaker and, for example, we are scheduling you your first 5 dates in, let's say, 5 years ever, in last 10 years, well, can you be surprised that you will sabotage and ruin a few dates, even if the matchmaker has provided you with all necessary dating tips and advice? It's very similar to skiing. If you have never skied, or for example you have skied in the 80s and now you have hired a professional ski instructor to be like upset that after 2 classes you can't win the Olympics, or you can't ski down the most complicated slope. That's a bit ridiculous, because you know that you have to gain this practice, you know that you have to train, and you have to ski not once per 5 years to learn how to do it right. Same with dating. So sometimes people, they have these unrealistic expectations that just because they have hired the matchmaker, now the matchmaker can like use some magic and make the most attractive woman fall in love with him, and the gentleman will have to do like nothing. He just has to show up on a date. No, it doesn't work like that. If she is beautiful, if she is smart, if she is not 18 and she knows how many men react to her, oh, somebody has fallen down, then for sure she knows her worth, and for sure she is used to different type of courtship. And for her, if the gentleman in front of her is just looking at her and he is clumsy in his courting, he doesn't know how to compliment her, he doesn't know any interesting stories to share with her, well, can you be surprised that she will say no to a second date with him? Regarding being rude and not nice, I'm sure you have met such people who are just naturally negative. And I have described to you like 2 cases. You are 3 minutes late and you receive long emails and then lots of messages in which the other person tries to teach you how to do your business and tries to teach you the good ways, positive ways of living, because like in his opinion you have to drop everything and serve just him. Well, it's very similar to the situation I have faced today. I was going to take this tram to go up the slope, and a not very nice British lady has claimed that she wants to take that tram herself and everybody else has to wait because she doesn't want to have company. Well, not a very nice lady, isn't she? So sometimes, unfortunately, we have to work with people who have been like on dating sites for 10-15 years and they haven't actually been out courting real women. They don't have many friends and they kind of forget what it is like to talk to real people, how important it is to be nice. And you have to invest effort, you have to actually try to be nice to other people, because being rude and being arrogant and feeling entitled is so much more easier to think that everybody has to drop like everything. I really love our subscribers, and for 6.5 years I run this channel. We don't monetize on this channel, so it is free. You can watch all the videos, and most of the videos are professionally made, so we have an operator in the team because we want to provide you with the quality content. And sometimes gentlemen writes as email like, oh, I want to talk to you, and everybody knows that at Diolli.com we conduct first free interviews with all potential clients, and it has limited amount of minutes. It's like 30 minutes long, and during the 30 minutes we can talk about the dating strategy of the gentleman. He can get some practical dating tips, and it is for free, but we do not provide a second free consultation. And sometimes gentlemen who watch our channel, they send us email like, oh, Svetlana, I want to talk to you like for 10 minutes, or I want to talk to you for 15 minutes. And usually I answer all these emails, but I do not take the Skype calls. I'm sorry for that, because if I start taking them, I won't be able to serve our clients, I won't be able to have my lunch, and I won't be able to live my life and to pay the bills that we have to pay at Diolli.com, because it is a business. We are not a charity organization. So sometimes gentlemen who send us emails, something like, oh, I'm talking to this lady and she's 23 and I'm 48 and I like her so much and we are talking for 5 months. Do you think that she is the one? I honestly tell such gentlemen that like 5 months and she's that much younger, and looking at her photos, I really don't think that she is real. And usually gentlemen do not like this answer. Like when you send a question, you expect, I believe, an honest answer, and then you don't like the answer and you start writing us that, oh, you have been rude, you haven't been helpful, you should have told me that she loves me. Well, but I don't believe that. Like talking for 5 months to a stranger online, I don't think she's actually interested. Because usually when you're looking for someone, you want to meet this person as soon as possible. You want to meet this person like 2-3 weeks after you have met this person online. Like 2 months top, to wait 5 minutes, to be just pen friends. This sounds ridiculous to me. I can't imagine a serious woman who wants to build a serious relationship, who wants to get married, to invest like 5 months into talking to someone online. I can't imagine the situation. Or a gentleman, he has been watching our channel for years, and thank you so much for doing it, for all your comments. He writes me an email in which he says that he has met a lady in Ukraine and they have been dating, but within the last 14 months he was reluctant to travel to Ukraine because of COVID and then the whole political situation with Russia, so he wants to hear my opinion. And I have honestly written to him that if your girlfriend is important to you, like 14 months of not meeting in person is way too long, and I'm surprised that this relationship has survived that much, but they have met in person before that. So I have honestly told him that if you are fully vaccinated, you should travel and meet her, and apparently he didn't like my answer. I don't know what did he expect, that I will start talking about politics and how dangerous it is in Ukraine. Well, I'm sharing my opinion. I'm always very honest and very direct, and I honestly have told him that he should not believe everything he reads online, especially not on these English-speaking YouTube channels or websites, because usually I don't know where they get inspiration for these articles. Maybe they watch too many Hollywood movies, and this is where they get their inspiration. But in Kharkov we are working with clients, and we try not to listen to this propaganda, because propaganda is always there. It's always in the internet. They have to write about something. Hopefully some celebrities will get married again or get divorced, and the public eye will switch to something else. So when you are asking questions like, is she the one? Should I travel to Ukraine? Or should I date 25 years younger? Do you expect an honest answer, or do you want me to just brush your ego and to tell you that yes, you have to date 25 years younger? Guys, I know that this video is quite emotional, and I hope you appreciate it. I'm sure you will be watching it after I return back to Kharkov, to all interviewers. I just want to remind you that people are people everywhere, and in all countries they are decent human beings and not decent human beings. So when gentlemen tell us that, oh, I have read somewhere online that you are way too expensive, so now I don't want to hire you. Well, if we were located not in Ukraine but in United States, I know that we would be like way more expensive because of our experience to psychologists on board, and because of all professional trainings and licenses that we have. So we are very open. If you want an honest answer to your question, you can send it to us. We will try to answer it. We don't promise friendships to all our subscribers. We don't promise free dating tips to people who send us email. We do not promise our clients that we will be online with them 24/7 and we will become friends and we will have wine when you come over to Kharkov. No, we don't do that. When people hire us, they hire a certain service, and we deliver what we promise in our contract. We are not here to make this brotherhood or sisterhood of friends to entertain a guy who has been single and lonely for like 5 long years. But we can set you up on dates with real women who can find you attractive if you use all our dating tips and advice during the dates, and if you're a nice human being. Guys, I want to wish you lots of love from France, Svetlana Mucha, for Diolli.com with love.